So, the iPhone 15 Pro, Apple's latest and greatest innovation in the smartphone world. And today, we're diving deep into the iPhone 15 Pro with this 3-month-long comprehensive review. Having the chance to use this device as my daily driver for a little more than 3 months now has allowed me to get a pretty good idea of what Apple has brought into the smartphone world this year. With that in mind, let's go ahead and talk about some things that really allowed me to enjoy this device even more than last year's 14 Pro, which was already a great all-rounder device. And so without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. Even though I've reviewed tons of cases throughout the year, this year I went ahead and decided to go bare with my iPhone 15 Pro, and one of the main reasons for that is to actually go ahead and test the titanium shell without any case. So as you guys might know, this year we did go ahead and change up the shell of the iPhone from stainless steel to titanium, and supposedly it is a lot stronger than the stainless steel. So to actually go ahead and test this, I went ahead and stopped using a case with my 15 Pro. And I do have to say that it might actually be a little worse than the stainless steel this year. I do occasionally drop my 15 Pro, so it has picked up some battle scars and it does have a couple of dents on the edges. And the display did actually go ahead and hold up pretty well. And I'm saying this because usually iPhone displays, they do scratch up pretty well and easily, but with my 15 Pro so far it's been really good, and I do have some scratches on there, but again, it's not too much where it doesn't allow me to use the phone, so all is good. Other than that, the device is in pretty good condition, so there isn't really anything that will not allow me to use the device during this period, so again, everything is fine. So one thing I'd like to note is with the titanium shell this year, we do get fingerprints, but again, it's not as bad as the 14 Pro last year with the stainless steel shell, where the stainless steel would pick up fingerprints every single time you hold it. But again, with the 15 Pro, I did notice that we still do get some fingerprints. It's not as worse as last year. All you have to do is just wipe it down with a microfiber cloth and everything is fine. With the new and more powerful A17 Pro chipset that we do get this year with the 15 Pro, it's been able to handle everything I throw at it in a breeze. Whether it's swiftly navigating through apps or multitasking, and even playing some games on it, this device is definitely a powerhouse. The A17 Pro not only enhances the performance of this device, it also handles gaming like a champ. Whether it's into graphics intensive games or even some casual games that you'd like to play on the go, the iPhone 15 Pro delivers a smooth and immersive gaming experience. The smooth performance and seamless user experience just made it a great phone during daily tasks. With the powerful chipset and the nicely refined software that we have, it just made it a really nice experience to use, and they were both able to complement each other really well. I did unfortunately deal with some bugs during the first 2 weeks of this device. They weren't very major, you know, every now and then the power button wouldn't work, the home screen would just get glitched out, or my control center would be glitched out as well. But again, after some software updates that Apple rolled through, everything was fine, and so far I haven't had any of those issues and everything's been going in a breeze. So to do all these tasks, you're gonna need a strong wireless connection, and that is where our partner Mint Mobile comes in. During my time with the 15 Pro, I've been using Mint's unlimited plan, and let me tell you, the plans they offer are just so much better than the larger carriers and providers that we have. Switching to Mint is very easy, so if you ever decide to, they did actually go ahead and add eSIM. So now it only takes around 15 minutes to complete the whole process, which is really nice and simple. Being on Mint means that you're gonna be saving money and you're not gonna be losing out on anything that the larger carriers provide. Having a very intuitive app to control and manage your account allows for a better user experience, making everything so much easier. With the already cost-effective prices that they have, by using my link, which is down in the description, or the QR code, which is up on the screen right now, you can go ahead and save an extra 50% off on your first month of Mint's unlimited plan. Now, back to the iPhone 15 Pro. Another great thing about this device is being able to use it outside without any visibility issues. The iPhone 15 Pro boasts a dazzling display with 2000 nits of peak brightness. Perfect for those sunny days when you're outdoors and you want to catch up on some movies, or you just want to go on some social media apps to spend some time. And this is coming from someone that lives in Texas, where we have sunny days basically every day. The clarity, color accuracy, and the brightness of this display truly make it a standout feature of this device. But what about battery life? With around 4.5 hours to 5 hours of screen on time, it was kind of a step down from the 14 Pro, and I would notice that I would have to charge up my device every now and then, plug it in my car, plug it when I get home, and even charge it at night when I'm about to go to bed, because I didn't have the option to leave it next to my bed without charging it, or else I would be out of battery the next day. The more powerful chipset, which is supposedly more efficient, and also the brighter display, probably led to this factor. And there were also some other things that probably led to this factor, but again, compared to last year's 14 Pro, I didn't have the best experience with the battery life of the 15 Pro. And so if you really do want to go for the better battery performance of this device, go for the 15 Pro Max. I've heard tons of good things about that device, and overall the battery life on that has been really good. On a brighter note, the introduction of USB-C has definitely been a game changer for me. One cable for all of my devices, it just made everything so much simpler. No more fumbling around with different cables, especially in the car when I would go ahead and charge my devices. Either I had to charge my iPhone or my Android device, whichever one I was using at that point. And so I would always have to switch between cables, or when I switched devices, I would have to switch cables as well. So after a certain point, that did get really annoying, and I just had a couple of cables inside of my car just ready at all times. But now that we've been on USB-C, it is a whole lot easier, and it's all those little things that count in my opinion. With the addition of USB-C, we now have additional features like recording in ProRes log by connecting a simple USB-C cable to your phone to an SSD and just carrying that around with you. Personally, I didn't use that feature too much, but again, for pro users, this is probably something very great. If the pro features aren't really something that you're interested in, then these cameras are still very great and functional for everyday users. In my experience over the past couple of years, I've noticed that iPhone cameras usually take the better videos compared to other devices. It's always usually on top in the leaderboards. And again, with photos, it's very consistent, which just makes it super easy to use, point and shoot, and you're done. No matter the scenario with this device, it basically works it out almost 99% of the time in my use case, and you're able to get a usable shot from this. Personally, the iPhone 15 Pro has been the best all-rounder in the camera sector. It takes great photos, takes great videos, and it's always consistent, which is something that a lot of people really care about. And I do believe that Apple has truly set the bar high in the smartphone camera world. But unfortunately, as we all know, no device is perfect. Let's go ahead and address the elephant in the room, heating problems. Living in the scorching heat of Texas probably did play a big role in this, but I definitely did notice that the iPhone 15 Pro kept on getting very hot, and I always had heating issues with my device. I encountered the temperature warning around 7 to 8 times, which was crazy. This never happened with my 14 Pro, so after a certain amount of times, this really did get annoying for me. This not only disrupted the way I use my phone, it also added bugs and glitches because it was just getting super hot, the device wasn't functioning properly, and it just felt super slow and buggy when it was super hot. This one issue basically made the phone very unusable for me, and it would basically take out all the good of this device. Again, I have noticed that this issue mainly affected the 15 Pro, and I haven't heard anybody with the 15 Pro Max in my near circle have this issue either. So with the 15 Pro Max, no issues. With the Pro, you might have some heating issues like me. So there you have it, a detailed insight into my 3-month review of the iPhone 15 Pro. If you've had any similar issues, or maybe had different experiences with this device, or maybe had none of those issues, go ahead and let me know in the comments down below. And if you have any fixes for the heating problems, I haven't been able to find any fixes. But again, if you do have any solutions or different experiences, just let me know in the comments down below, and see y'all in the next one.